Bamberg, our final keynote speaker, who will bring our Congress to a close. A couple people said how this has gone by really quickly, and I said, okay, let's just do another 4 days. You know, everybody, maybe we can ask the hotel for a few extra nights. Who knows? All right, and the temperature is supposed to drop down below 170 by Sunday. All right. So Michael Bamberg is at, he did his PhD at the University of California, and he's been at Clark University here in Massachusetts since 1986. Many of you know Clark University, mostly from the history of psychology, and that's where Freud came when G. Stanley Hall invited him. And actually, I'm going to have to ask you some of the really good stories that I like them as narratives, so I'm not actually concerned whether anything resembling them occurred or not, but I'll have to ask you some of those things. I'm mostly interested in the one where Freud and Jung analyzed each other's dreams on the boat back, and that was the end of that. Yes, that I'm interested in. Anyway, Michael's research is in the area of discourse and identity, with an emphasis on how narratives, particularly small stories, are employed as a general sense-making and identity-building strategy. And so, without further ado, I'm going to introduce Michael Bamberg.
Well, let me start with two speech acts. One is obviously the one that is responding or trying to respond. It's a thank you. A thank you to the organizers, not only for asking me to come here and present my work, but also for having had, I think, a fantastic meeting at different levels. And I briefly already tried to express that earlier today, but I wanted to use this opportunity as well. I had planned this thank you because it was an intellectual challenge, at least to me, at that level. It was a wonderful experience. And then there's this other level that I find really rewarding, which is a communal level. Which is rare, very rare, to have something like this. So I am planning, no, this is now I'm going to the speech I got promising, planning for the next national meeting in Texas to entice some of the students at Clark and try to get them there. In order to do that, I have to tell, of course, some good stories here, which I think I can. But, so that's the thanking, but I also wanted to thank you for hanging out so long after long, hot days and still be here. And the apology is, I don't know, it's not a real apology. We will be talking about apologies in a little while more. But it's, I tried to make the presentation or put it in a way so that we fade into the entertainment part after the conference. So there's a fading into some kind of entertainment issues, things, and I hope that's kind of what the apology is trying to do, that you will not hold that against me, at least not too much. Good, so this is the title, Who Am I? Constructing Stories, Constructing Identities. But before we get into it, let me zoom out and show you a clip. These are a couple of kids about 15 years ago. And this is kind of also how I got into storytelling as interactional activities. At the time, and this one person here, the older person, that's me actually, I was interested, but not really interested in the way I was. Not that this was a turning point, I think, but I realized then, working with this as data, that something is happening. There are stories chasing one after another. And I want to use this clip, it's a couple minutes, 4 minutes and 30 seconds, I think. And I may stop it at one point. It's kids talking, and the moderator talking as well. And there's stuff going on between these five. But just to see, there are stories, and most of them are not these, I have a story, which also happens. Just
brain accelerating, it feels different. There's something different.
Can we hear this?
You can't say.
William, what is the difference?
The difference is that
What is it the sense?
around boys you can act weird and you can do whatever you want. But around girls, most of the people try to calm down. But I just
Most of the people try.
most people try to they try to control. And most girls down you up.
control themselves.
Yeah.
You're
Well,
very-
they used to be funny, but now
So-
she's you know the girls that hate me, they like me. I know.
So when you're with girls, you control yourself, but when you're with your friends, you don't control yourself.
I never do. I remember when I was girls, I had the hair shop. I'm always bad.
You're always bad.
I'm not sexual around a girl. What bad? What
What you guys? Are you?
Okay, just quickly, you saw, I mean, this is like a little zoo. And for non-native speakers, it's hard to follow. I mean, even for native speakers, you have to be tuned into these American 10-year-olds, then you kind of know what's happening. And I want to alert you to a change that is happening.
No, I have a story. I was at Derek. Me and my friend Sean and Paul, right? Robert was there. I know he wasn't in the second week though. He was in the first. Well, what happened was at the last day, like me, Sean, and Paul all had girls that liked us. So.
Okay, here we are in a story that has been announced, but I have a story. And the story is somewhat really relevant to what we were talking about, girls. But could you sense the difference in this climate, yeah, that is happening here? I mean, yeah, the zoo atmosphere is gone. There's something else going on.
Because I put hair softener in my hair on accident because I used the wrong shampoo because I had my own shampoo and everything. I used some, but I had enough.
Okay.
Well, what this girl was doing was, I didn't even know. She came up behind me, she grabbed me, and she's like, oh, you might need your teddy bear now. You're so soft. Yeah, for me, Jolise. She's like, no, you're so soft. Was she cute? No, she was ugly. She was
No, she was lucky. She had pigtails like Mount Everest. The question is a good question, I think, here. Why was she constructed, yeah, painted picture as ugly?
Get off of me, Jolise, please.
So that's the kind of stuff that happens when you're with girls.
Yeah, and bean stars.
So wait a minute.
Me and Sean were like sitting and jumping on tables because we had to get away from Jolise to be on the table. We're like, oh shoot, darn. We jumped on the
So
table.
they all got chasing you guys?
Yeah.
How do you do it?
But then they like us. And they just
They chase you and want to kill you because they like you?
yeah, that's so strange. Girls hate guys, nothing like that.
See, that's what I would like to
And then he
It
says,
doesn't happen to me.
and he says,
Did you hear the answer? No, you are older.
girls are always hitting. Yeah, then we have Jillian, Leslie, everyone that likes you. Jillian, Leslie, Sammy, she threw me across the playground. I don't know why you like me though. Jillian likes you. She had one arm like right here and the other one on my neck. And what she did was she put out one knee and she went bam right to my back. She did
So
it.
she did that Victor because she liked you?
No, because she felt like it.
No, because she felt like it.
Let's we were having a war, like the boys had one island of ice, right? And we had to destroy theirs. No girls on it. So what we did was we shoved them into the snow with our. We just like, and we shoved like 3 girls at a time. It's like Leah Jason, you could like pick her up with a pinky. I know.
Do you see any of the older kids or your brothers and stuff? Do they
No,
with girls?
sister.
With girls?
No, they don't do that. They get girls somehow. I know. Me too.
Yeah, I'd like to know my brother's secrets. Yeah,
He's 16, that's why. He's
So your siblings want to know.
He's 11. He's older than you. I'm 3 months older than you. I'm the youngest brother.
there's more. I have 3 clips of each 4 minutes where one story chases the other. So there's a ubiquity of stories. And that's also the material that I have worked with for a while. But now I grew up and I'm interested in mature man, as you will see in a couple of minutes. So, let me just start my presentation.